Hello again, YouTube. Truth Man here. So let's get back into the emotional series, and we're talking about regret. We're talking about regret. The first thing you need to understand when you begin to regret things is if you're still alive, you can't go back in time. If I could go back in time, I would go back to the 80s. And I would be like, just let me take my kids back to the 80s and my wisdom that I got now with me. And then that way I will be able to change a lot of the stuff that didn't go right in the 90s and the 2000s. I would have went to the NFL probably, because I would have knew that football is more important than that other stuff, because it pays a lot of money and money is important. But you can't go back in time. So you can't let your regrets fester. You got to let it go, man. You got to let it go. Some of y'all, I wish I would have made a better choice of mate. You gotta let that go, man. Especially you got kids. You love your kids, man. You made them with that person. Like, you can't get mad because that person don't want you no more. Like, I went through my period of regret because this battling stuff been going on a long time. I went through my period of regret. But every time I start wanting to go back to the 80s, or I start wanting to go back to a single man in the 90s where I had more respect out here, I had more power. What about my kids? You gotta look at your whatabouts. You got kids, you can't let jobs like because let's be honest. You know how I used to think your job was like the worst place until you went to a worser place? And do not correct me on the words. So, you can't go back in time. And you have to look at your whatabouts. What about my kids? So if I regret the way my marriage went, I got to think about my kids. That's the wonderful part. That's the best part. All that fighting and battling and all that stuff, man, you got to let that go, man. You regret wasting time. Not going to college. Not this, not that. You regret when people die. And I should have spent more time with them. All of this stuff, unfortunately, we got to let it go. I dealt with regret with my father. I'm telling you, I speak from experience, man. How I can't say certain words because they're going to just take the video down. How certain things were being done at the time that my father ended up passing away. We'll just leave it at that. And I'd be like, I should have fought more. I should have went down there and did this. I didn't. I should have, but I didn't. I wonder what would have happened if I would have stayed on Jackson State track team. I didn't. I'd rather party, be all up in them chicks' face. It's over with. It's what it is. It's over with. I should have did this, should have did that. How do you handle regret? The number one thing you do is you make the most out of every moment, every breath that you get in your life. You stop listening to these people that's gonna cause you to regret. We be trying to cater to people and listening to people that when you start to regret, they ain't gonna have nothing to say then. When you start to regret, they ain't gonna be there. So you got that business idea, go for it. Start now. If you fail, you fail. I guarantee you, if you try something like the regret is stronger for people who don't try. You know, if you want to overcome regret, you got to be out here making moves. I regret not trying to meet my father. This ain't talking about me. I knew my father. I'm saying some people. If he gone, it's too late, man. You got to let it go. You made your decision. Just like all these women on YouTube regretting getting divorced. But when they was married, though, they was treating him like he was a little punk. And he got tired of him and left. Then after he leave, you realize now, don't get back with these women. They're going to have to deal with that regret. Don't feel sorry for them. Never feel sorry for someone who mistreated you. If they didn't know, if they didn't have enough wisdom to deal with you, they got to deal with the regret. Forget them. You get rich, all the people that's money hungry, that treated you with contempt and disrespect when you didn't have as much, and now you don't want to deal with them, they got to deal with their regret. See, make better decisions and you will have less regret. You'll have less regret when it's all said and done if you make better decisions. Simple. One being, go for it. I'm going for mine. I ain't trying to hear people be trying to tell me what businesses to do. I got to do it my way. Because the people who be trying to tell me how to do things, they ain't really all the way there for me. And you got to know that too. When people ain't all the way there for you, you got to limit how much you listen to them. People who call you when they feel like it, try to act like they better than you, they know more than you, they tougher than you. Look, next thing, some stuff you shouldn't even be regretting. You shouldn't. If you divorce somebody who cheated on you, you divorce somebody who was dissing you, who gave up on you or turned their back on you, you shouldn't even have regret. Some of the regret y'all have is because you ain't cutthroat enough. You too sentimental. You too sentimental. You could eliminate some of it by just saying, I did what needed to be done. Look at the stuff you regret. The stuff you could have did better, you just say, it is what it is. The stuff that somebody forced you to make a decision, you had to quit that job or you was going to practically punch somebody's face, bust somebody's head open. You don't regret that. Or you had to quit that job because they just was too disrespectful. You don't regret that. Okay, you was in eviction when you left your job, but your job was treating you like trash. Like doo-doo toilet paper. Toilet paper somebody done wiped their booty hole with. That's how your job was treating you. They backed you in a corner. Some stuff you shouldn't regret. Let's go here with the death stuff. If somebody dies, this is how I deal with it. And it might be a little harsh. This is how I deal with stuff. When people die that didn't go all out for you, yeah, you might miss them, but you shouldn't regret. You move on with your life. People be on YouTube or on Facebook elevating grandparents that didn't leave them nothing. They didn't think enough of you to go all out for you and make things easier for you. And then other people, they should regret. Their grandparents, they wasn't going to see them. They threw them in the home, and they still left them 100,000, 200,000. That's a regret. You got to say, oh, well, I should have did a different decision, but I got to go on with my life and my $200,000. So you have to decipher between the regret. You commit a crime and you do a lot of time. Some of y'all doing time right now. You made your decision. Now you got to make things the best that you can make them. And when you get your next chance, do better. You got 10 years, get you some training. Come out here with job training. You young, you got 20 years, change the way you think. Stop thinking the way you thought that got you in that situation. But regret is going to eat you like a virus. It's going to spread, and it's going to start to cause health problems if you're not careful. You picked the wrong girl. And the one you should have picked, you regret not picking her. You made your decision, man. You made your decision. You got to keep going forward. Do better next time. You got married and divorced, you practically was homeless. You regretting that you ever married her. You got to bounce back. Shout out to Coach Greg. He could have just said, you know what, man, forget it. And he could have lived when he was in his truck. He could have gave up. But instead of regretting and fretting, he focused on his goals. That's the next thing. Focus on your goals, man. Don't worry about the past. Leave the past in the past. The only thing you should be taking from your past is the good memories. Like in the 80s. Riding our bikes, having a bunch of friends, not a care in the world. We liked the girls, but we didn't have to take care of them. That was easy times. Yeah. Wasn't no divorce, wasn't no family court. You only 12. It was cereal on Saturday mornings, cartoons, Saturday morning cartoons and commercial, Black Belt Theater at night. You jagging, sneaking, watching Cinemax after dark, pushing the AV button. Oh my goodness. Remember the AB button on the cable box? Like if you had the key and you turn the key and you just go across the AB, it'll pop in. Those was fun times. Wrestling, WWF. Now we watching all these wrestlers die. Take the good moments with you. Listen to your 80s music like I do. Take the good moments with you from the 90s. When you had a job as a youngster, but you ain't have all them bills, responsibility, and you got to take care of somebody that's at your throat. Just take the good memories with you. But when you take the good memories with you That's another time you got to watch out for regret. When you hear somebody that passed away, favorite song, it's all right to say this was their song. It's all right. This was his favorite movie. But you have a life to live. And you don't have time for regret. For one, you need to be getting right with your maker, the creator, the Most High, the real God. So that when your moment comes, you good. You carry on with a better life. You ain't got time to be worried about these people back here. We be regretting some people that just never did right by us. That a lot of times it'd be a whole lot worse than you know. When you fall out with people, sometimes it'd be a whole lot worse than you know. You don't know what they done got away with. Sometimes the stuff that they little attitude towards you, you don't know what when a person, like especially in a relationship, when a person has a problem with you, you don't know what they doing and you don't know what they did. So don't regret. Just be glad that you saw it and you caught it and you was able to move on. See, these women they'll play on it. They'll try to make you jealous. They'll try to get with your friends. Don't pay no attention to none of that. Now, if your friends get with her, then if you choose to deal with that, that's between you and them, because they trying to treat you like trying to treat you. But trust me, man. All my regret is gone. I got too many goals to focus on regret and focus on people who didn't know what they was getting in me. I don't got time. And you shouldn't either. I don't got time for that, man. No. I'm thinking about this money. Money rhymes with honey, and honey is one of the sweetest things that I like to eat. I like putting honey on chicken. I put honey on practically anything. I love honey. Chicken, toast, all type of stuff. Money rhyme with it. Funny rhyme with it. I like to laugh. I still watch Martin, y'all. Tommy on there, it's like, man, I hate that happened to him, man, because Tommy, I liked all the characters in Martin. I still watch it, though. Boy, when Dutch died, I be watching Cobra Kai. When Dutch died, for some reason that just hit me. I wanted him to come back to the show so bad. He would have just made the whole show just go to another level. I wish he would have came back. But he made his choice. I'm still going to watch it. Man, that was messed up, man. Michael Jackson gone, Prince gone. You be like who died that I was like, man, I can't remember who it was, but I was like, they were better than I gave them credit for. I'm trying to think of who that was. I can't remember. When Apollo, that hit hard. But you got to keep living. You got to keep living when things don't go your way. Focus on your goals. Focus on your dream. Focus on those ops that you want to see. And you want to do better than your ops. And you want to get that stuff that the people who quit on you could have partaked in. But they didn't. This what you got to do with your regret.